Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to the AC Show, the coolest show on YouTube. I am Aaron, aka the Handy Outdoor Nerd, and this sexy gentleman over here is
Chris, aka Mr. Carol Science. How's everybody doing tonight?
So I know why you're all there in chat. Everyone only showed up for one thing, because there's a man down under, from the land down under, and that would be JT, everybody. So let's give a round of applause to Mr. JT for being on the show.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for having me on. The chat is, yes, there are some well-known names in there.
Yeah, it's kind of blowing up. Brian Vines now and again will be in there. Well, more than not, he's usually there, but lately he's kind of, working at or something around this time. So, because he and I are on the same time zone. So I know what he's doing down there in Texas. That and I get the notifications on my Apple Watch that he's finished for workout usually.
G'day, everyone. Who have we got? We actually do have Brian, as you say, Wellbot, Thierry.
Yeah.
Knight.
I see TK's in the house.
Yep. Turk.
Turk, yeah.
So how are we all?
We're good. How's everybody in chat? Wellbot, I know you are down under as well. I believe you're not too far from Wellbot, if I remember right.
Well, it depends what you consider too far. It's probably a 10 or 12 hour drive, so not close at all.
I think, yeah. Well, it's definitely
compared to the US. I'm really close. It's a much longer drive to where you guys are.
Yeah. Hey, Thomas, how's it going? I think he's by Brisbane, if I remember right.
Whereas I'm in Melbourne, which is the pretty picture behind me.
So.
You mean that's fake?
And I know,
I just thought you had this amazing window behind you.
Yes. Not quite. I'd be in lockdown anyway.
That's true.
I don't know if we're even allowed to look outside.
So, Wellbot says more like 16 hours.
Oh, is it? Oh, there you go.
Isn't that about between me and you, Aaron? Is it 16 or 18? Something like that?
About 19 and a half, 20. I mean, depending on how many times you have to stop and go to the restroom or try to sleep. It varies.
Well, I got 3 kids, so we can just go the whole way and probably never have to stop, right? Anybody who's traveled with kids knows exactly what I'm talking about. Definitely don't have to stop every 45 minutes.
As Wellbot's saying, he couldn't even get into Vic or Victoria, which is the state that I'm in, even if he wanted to. Yeah, because look, due to global circumstances, we've had a spike in events, but it's only a couple of hundred. So we're very lucky that it's only a couple of hundred, not a couple 100,000, per day. The lack of forethought by humans is astounding. But the state government is gone, enough's enough, locking you all down again. So we're restricted, which is fine. It's not great, but there are other nations that are way worse off than us.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a spike that's popping up, but it's kind of due to a lot of people not using a brain and thinking that because if you're out and about for any type of a cause, people that are protesting and rioting and all that think that they're immune to something that they're not. So, and it's funny because I mean, even if you do an event, you're around people, so that you are truly crowded by people, and yeah, it's no wonder that the U.S. has a big spike that's happened lately.
Yeah.
So, not trying to get political or anything, but I was just trying to say, you can't expect to walk into a crowded room full of sick people, not have anything, like a mask on or something, or sanitize your surfaces and not get sick.
Yeah.
So,
and Thierry, being the smarty pants that he is prodding me for an answer. But of course, I won't be suggesting anything to anybody. I even avoid using the word in streams because it'll get flagged. Some can get flagged. So I don't even say what we're talking about.
Man, I'd hate to get demonetized, right, Aaron?
Oh yeah. Give me demonetized, because my
the big bucks.
200 my 257 subscribers is gonna keep me monetized.
Correct.
I'm not
understand completely.
Hey, One Raz, how's it going? You've not been in a week or two on the streams. But yeah. So yeah, but that's about that. All we're going to talk about. We don't want to be political on this or anything. And this is about 3D printing and a bunch of other stuff. We just wanted to see how everything's going down there because I've not talked to people down there and see how it's going for a while.
Yeah.
So Wilbot's the last person I talked to, and I mean messaging back and forth now and again with you and Wilbot and some other people, but that's about it. I don't want to go, hey, how's the pandemic going down in your area?
We are lucky, though. We are lucky.
So, but I do have to say I am lucky having a big backyard. So,
I've got a balcony.
People that, well, I was gonna say, well, that's better than in the center where you just got walls.
Yeah. I'm 2 miles out of the centre of Melbourne.
Wow.
So I'm pretty close, but I do have a balcony. So what are we all working on?
Oh, so I've been working on my printer that I call MBot.
Yep.
This guy. It's what I got from Eddie Moser. So the original kind of setup, this piece, I bored out a bit too much with my stepper bit, so that didn't work. And I was actually going to just print the pieces. But the fan shroud stuff and everything, it was a hassle and kind of messing up and just things that were just annoying and driving me nuts. So I've done a couple different iterations. This is another iteration of it.
And what's that printed in? Is that just PLA?
Yeah, that's just PLA, just
cool
to try to get it going and check it out. And so this pretty much does the same setup except for the nozzle setting directly underneath. It actually butts out in front, so it was actually hitting the front of the printer and pushing on one of my belts. And so I said, yeah, I'm gonna fix that problem and not do that. So I kind of did a quick modification in Idea Maker of one of the pieces of this and another one to get to what I got now. You can kind of see the little white piece. I actually printed that in PETG today. But one issue I was having, which was driving me up the wall that I couldn't figure out, because I've never dealt with it before. It would print perfectly fine, and as it goes and prints, after so long, because it's a Bowden, it would start going like this on the gear. So you got your filament going right here, and it would just go, it'd back out perfectly fine, but it would not feed. Didn't matter the temperature. Hey, Theresa, how's it going? So the temperature did not matter. It was not clogged. I checked it out because I even sat there and just fed it manually. Perfectly fine. Problem was the stepper motor driver was underpowering it.
Okay.
I had to increase that power. So I'm sitting there thinking well, what is it? Because been really tired this week, so my brain's been trying to think of what it was that I wanted to look up to see, and that's what it was. I was trying to think on the setting it needed to be on, and the video I watched was saying on how to do it with the power supply to go to an unused ground on it. Well, there's only one ground on that power supply. I was like, well, that's not fun. So I'm using the one ground and trying to get it, and we're going clockwise to set it, and well, no, clockwise didn't work. Clockwise was the wrong way for this one, because if sometimes clockwise will be the way you need to go, I had to go counterclockwise on it, and because I tried it after I'd done clockwise, and it wouldn't even move. I'm like, yep, that's not the way to go. So I took it up to pretty close to 1 on it, and so I got it finally working properly. And so then I switched to the E3D clone that I have. That I'm not the biggest fan of the clone, because this one's never done very well. It's always clogged on the end. No matter what I do, I always get it clogging. And yeah, it clogged again on that. So I've gone back to the original hot end that's in it. That's a Chimera or Chimera clone. It's one of the two. So, but this one can do a dual nozzle setup. So that's kind of what I got set up there. And I just ordered for this guy some new parts, and that's going to lead into something I want to do. So let's go ahead and share the screen. So, okay. We all know what a thermistor is, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, did you know there's technically the correct term is thermocoupler for it is the correct term, but most people just say thermistor, which is what you see in front of you is. This is a thermocoupler. This one screws in, which is the type of one that my printer, the Keytech, had on it.
Okay.
Do you know the difference? Do you know the difference between these two? Other than that,
Difference between those two.
Yep.
No idea.
right.
One attaches to the side and one attaches inside the block.
Well, technically they both attach inside the block because the other one screws in, but no.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So the difference between the thermistor and the thermocoupler is the thermistor uses the heat to tell the printer board and all that what the temperature is. The thermocoupler uses the heat to produce a voltage which tells it what the temperature is.
Thierry actually, I think, had it in the comments.
Yep.
Something similar anyway.
You got it.
He has an electrical background too. He's cheating.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yep. So yeah, but yep, that's the difference. And this one needs the voltage, not the resistance. That is the difference between the two, and which is also the reason why whenever I used a thermistor to try to use on this, it would not work.
Oh,
Makes sense.
so you were using the wrong one.
Well, I used actually what I had.
Of course, yep.
Which was that. It's like,
Yep.
So, okay, this is what I have on hand. A thermistor is a thermistor, which is true, but a thermocoupler and a thermistor, are a bit different. So I finally posted on the Keytech forum last night asking if anybody had ever used one of the, I posted a picture of one of the thermocouplers, and they go, yeah, this guy said he's used one off of Amazon and it's worked. He's like, I don't remember which one, but it shouldn't matter if it's a thermocoupler. So fingers crossed that this has been down for several months. I don't even think it's been up and running this year at all. I think it's last year I had it running, and I was changing out my hot end for an all metal hot end on it. And
do you have any printers working right now, Aaron? Oh yeah.
This one, my FlashForge, and actually turn. See my FlashForge, and then up above, there's my ANET, and this is my PrintRBot. So
your PrintRBot.
No, it's not. But I actually have a second board that I bought for this because I was thinking that the board was bad, and so I bought another board off of eBay, and that one wouldn't work for me. And that's when my mind just goes, duh. Maybe it's a thermocoupler, or find one that screws in or something that will work. And I had to wait because I was going to get it from Key Tech, and all this COVID stuff happened. And that was just going to take even longer for stuff to get here. So, but I finally ordered some thermocouplers. I ordered two different ones, that blue one that I showed you that's really long, and a short one about yay long that I can just plug in. So that is my plan to do with that. And if I get this one up and going, then I can use that other board to get another printer up and going.
Gotcha.
And the PrintRBot, I'm actually going to change its workflow on how it actually prints, and it's going to be a Core XY setup. So
sweet.
That's
so
my plan.
Today I was working on both my home printers. I've got an Ender 3 that it was in some serious need of maintenance. It was really under extruding today, and so I finally decided to bite the bullet, and I replaced the extruder assembly with an aluminum assembly because I've just been 3D printing pieces as they needed, and they just weren't lasting very long. So I finally decided to go. I had an aluminum one set aside, so I just went ahead and replaced it today, and right now it's printed something really good. And then I did some maintenance on my Monoprice Mini, and I started printing. I don't know if you guys can see it at all.
That's a very nice
Achievable.
Yeah, that came off my Monoprice Mini. It looks really, really good, actually. I'm surprised at the quality of it, but it's super smooth. You can't hardly feel the layer lines. It prints at weird layer heights. It likes to print at like 0.175 layer heights because it uses some strange looking motors for the stepper motors. They're a little bit weird. They're not NEMA 17s like most printers are, but I mean, I can't argue with the quality. This is a Chibi Mall from 3D Printing Professor, and it's gorgeous. This is actually printed in the Repcord, some gray Repcord filament that I got that I actually won the 1440 Makers Stream.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Really yeah, and I bought this printer refurbished from Monoprice. It cost me $120.
Wow.
And it can print. I mean, it can print that.
So the Monoprice is a Wanhao clone, yeah?
This one,
because the Monoprice 3 or Duplicator 3 or whatever they called it. I'm pretty sure it was a clone, because I've got 2 clones that were sold here in Australia called Cocoon, and Cocoon also have the mini one, which is the cantilevered arm, no heated build plates, like 150 by 150 or something like that.
Right. This one is the Select Mini V1.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what it's a clone of, but here in a minute I'll pull up a picture of it.
Pretty sure it's a Wanhao, because they've got lots of clones.
It could be, but it's got one of the 3 floating arms on it. And
correct. So, yeah. We had them here too. It was $2.99 Australian, which is like $200 US. So getting it for 120 is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I agree with TK. Anycubic i3 Mega is fantastic, but we're all talking about replacing parts right now. I did a board, so I bought a new board. That's fine. It arrives.
Nice.
Straight off eBay.
Ooh.
It arrived in a few days, and I've gone, hang on, that board doesn't match my board.
Oh no.
Even though it said i3 Mega, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I had the i3 Mega original, which was a different board. So the newer ones have daughter boards for the SD card and no steppers and all the rest of the stuff. Anyway, so I reached out to Anycubic on Twitter, and they said contact tech support. And I said, look, I've bought the wrong board. Here are some photos. Just sell me a new board. Sold me a new board. Arrived in 6 days, because there was one in Australia. Fantastic. As opposed to weeks, because, Australia. They sent me the same board I'd already bought. And I said, oh, that's disappointing. That's not exactly what I said, but boy, that's disappointing. Given that I'd shown you pictures and the serial number of my unit, surely you would have known what it is. Oh, we're very sorry. We'll send you a new board. I said, great. I said, oh, by the way, how long to get here? Oh, 7 to 20 days, because this one's coming from China. Oh, okay, great. After 30 days, I contact them. Now, I've not told this story yet. It was actually going to go on Twitter this week, because it just gets worse. 7 to 20 days. After 30 days, I contact them. You said 7 to 20 days. Oh, there's delays because of a certain worldwide thing going on. It'll be another 30 days. I've gone, hang on. You knew that at the time when I asked you how long it was going to be. Like that, this global thing hasn't just happened. Anyway, so it was another 14 days before it arrived. And the thing's not new. It's a used board.
It's a used board.
It's a used board. So I've had several emails. Please explain to me why this is not a new board. Oh, yes, new board. No, here is video of board that is not new board. Actually, I'll find it. I'll put it in chat in a sec. Oh, no, it's a new board. I said, oh, okay, good. So it's got a full warranty. 4 emails, I asked the same question. What is the warranty on this board? No response to that particular question. So it got to the point where I wrote down the history. Please tell me if this is the true and correct order of things that happened. Bang, 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 bang. And you're now telling me there's no warranty. So the board cost 1/3 of what the printer would cost if I bought a new one from them. So I'm displeased. Love the printer, but haven't had a great experience with the tech
Did you get to keep the
customer service?
So this is going to go on Twitter now. Now I've got them agreeing to what I said is the steps. Oh, we're very sorry. Oh, very sorry doesn't cut it. The explanation was, if the board works, great. If the board doesn't work, we'll replace it. They've said openly in the emails, we've stopped producing these boards. Therefore, how can it be new? It wasn't in anti-static bag. It was wrapped in bloody bubble wrap. The box was crushed. Fortunately, it was a large enough box, and I didn't even mention that. But it was loose in the box with just bubble wrap around it. Anyway, so displeased. No TK, because I avoid Facebook like the plague. but I could, in theory, jump on it. And I've delayed, I've delayed fixing the printer because I had others, and now with lots more time available, I decided, I'll get a little bit motivated and try and fix it, and it's turned to a pile of poo. So anyway, that's one of my gripes for the week. There's another gripe that I'm not putting public yet. I'm waiting for a resolution. That a software licensing issue. It's just bizarre.
Fun.
So anyway, yes, Thierry, it's a new to me board. Thierry has seen the video actually.
Did you get to keep the other two boards?
Yeah, I paid for them though.
Oh, you paid for both of them?
Yeah. Well, I paid for the first one because I bought it off eBay. I bought the wrong board.
Right.
Sorry, I bought the board that was said i3 Mega. All right. But I'm going, hang on, this board is no good to me. So there's 50 Australian. So what's that, 35 US or whatever. Then I paid 76 US for the next one and got the same thing, which I paid 35 US for. Same, like exact same.
But you're just like, that's a scam right there.
Yeah.
I know I got a better deal here than there. What?
So anyway, life. I'm clever enough to realize I bought the wrong board, and I said, "Look, my fault. Sell me the other bits. Sell me the daughter boards that go with this, so I can at least use what." And they just sent me the wrong board. Anywho,
yeah. So the the reason I was waiting to order that because I bought that new all metal hot end for it, so I wanted to have that PTFE tube liner in there squishing. Because I even replaced it and it squished again for my other one, and it was just making like little blob bubbles. So like that. So say here's your edge of your print.
Yeah.
There. You get blobs like that on the outside of your print.
Okay.
As it's printing on the bed itself.
So the all metal hot end. Hang on, you can't have PTFE in an all metal hot end.
No. This was the original hot end.
Oh,
that's why I bought the all metal.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
So yeah, that's fine. So that's why I bought the all metal. But whoever assembled the thing over tightened the dang thing, and like however it was put in and just set up, that was screwed up. So whenever I went to pull it out, I moved it just enough to where it actually broke the wires down at the base and stopped working. But to get a brand new thermocoupler from Keytech, can't just get the thermocoupler. I have to get the entire hot end assembly.
Yeah.
For $20, which that's not bad, but $9 shipping, so $30. When all I need is one piece, and the hot end part where the extruder, I don't need the hot end. I got an all metal one. I don't need that. So now I got a different one. So we'll see how that's going to work whenever I get it in. And I'll be able to print with ABS, PETG, and TPU. That's my TPU printer. Although I did print my PETG on my PLA printer. The Maker Geek PETG that I have only a little bit of still is a 245, and I can print at 240 on my FlashForge Finder.
Okay. And it's just within range. Yeah, cool.
It is just within range. I put a brim around the outside. I had glue stick down since there's no heated bed. It worked. It did what it needed to do. So that's my projects I'm working on there. But I'm on my laptop, and I'm on my laptop because my hard drive on my Mac fried.
Yeah.
It did. It went to the scrap pile in the sky.
Yep. What Mac?
It is a 27-inch, 2009 or 10.
Yep.
I can't remember if it's 9 or 10.
I've got a couple of 2009s around me. I've got a 2010, which I've yanked the guts out and bought a display driver board, and I'm now using that as an external monitor. So yes, you're going to need some suction cups if you haven't already.
No. So the company OWC.
Yeah.
So this was a kit from them that I bought. So this is for my small drive.
Yeah.
And then this is my suction cups.
Oh, good. You got the kit. That's fine.
Yeah. And then my necessary piece in here that's got the heat sensor that you place onto your drive.
Yeah.
And then plug in so it actually will work. So that is actually a video I'm going to be doing. I was going to hopefully kick it out today and get this done, but I did not have time. So hopefully this weekend maybe I can get this going and get my my Mac back up and going, because my laptop's okay to stream sometimes, but it's old. It's a laptop. I can't really upgrade much on it, and it's been through the ringer. Like, I have to have it plugged in to actually be able to use it. The battery's dead completely. So, but going from being able to use my 27-inch monitor to like my 15-inch, and then this like 20-inch monitor I've got it mounted up here, is a big difference.
Yeah.
And also, I like my monitors being side by side. So, what's that?
Hey, so I got a little something in the mail the other day.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I got an Alien 3D UFO box the other day, and I thought maybe I could show you guys what came in this month's box.
Yeah.
Sure.
Brett. So I mean, JT, unfortunately, this is I think a U.S. only box, but.
Oh no, there's a couple of people in Australia that do get it. You just got to pay for the shipping. I'll give you a funny story about Josh before you jump in. Before Murph last year, Josh sent me some of his alien green slime filament, whatever we call it, right? And we're chatting, and it's like, it says it's shipped, right? And it says it's delivered. Anyway, they delivered it to an office building rather than the post office that's in the office building. So they tried to deliver it to a business within. Anyway, so it got returned. I ended up picking it up from Murph. So this spool of filament, it's literally the same one. It's got JT stamped all over it. It's got delivery stamps. It was hilarious. Anyway, that's when I gave Josh a butt ton of stickers, sort of these guys, which he was including in the UFO boxes.
Yeah, I think I got one.
I've promised him some more.
So the
yes, Tom,
UFO
Alien
boxes,
Ooze. Yep.
Alien Ooze, yeah. So the 3D printing boxes, it comes with 4 filaments minimum, and then it comes with some sort of a tool and then some sort of a project, right? So the filament samples that I got this month is Ziltech Cosmic Sparkle, which is like a glittery filament. I love Ziltech filament, really, honestly. I got, Sandoz 3D filament, premium PLA. I got Coffee Brown from 3D Printing Canada. And then this is one I'm super, super excited about, and that's eSun Silk Purple. And it looks gorgeous. You can't really tell on the camera, but it looks amazing. And then the tool for this month, I got this sweet screwdriver that the bottom pops off, and then it's got a bunch of different Allen keys.
Nice.
that go into the screwdrivers, so that's always needed. I got some stickers, Edge of Tech. And,
hey, actually, funny story. Edge of Tech recently followed me a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was all nerding out that Edge of Tech finally followed me.
Yeah, Jim's good. He's
I
fun.
was yeah, he's pretty cool. He's a cool guy.
And then Mad Monkey.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cool.
Hoppy, as I now call him.
And then if you pop up my screen, Aaron, I'll show you guys the project for the month that came with it. So it came with a motion detector LED panel. And so it came with all these different pieces. Like it came with a let's see, a little controller board. Here's another board that came with it. It came with a little sensor, and then it came with this 4x5 LED panel. And so
nice.
It just comes with everything that you need. And you wire it up, and it gives you full instructions on how to do
now, did you say it came with the Nano?
Yeah, it says on screen. It says
the Arduino Nano. It comes with a USB cable, the LED panel, 5-volt relay, and a motion detector module. So it came with all of those things. And then you print the files that are necessary for it, for the case or whatever comes with the project. You just 3D print the case, and then follow the instructions, and you build your little project for the month. And then so it says classified here because I didn't log in on purpose because I don't want people to steal my codes. But if you are a subscriber and you log in with a certain code, then it actually gives you discount codes for the filament manufacturers that supply the filament for that month. So really, really cool. And if somebody in chat is interested in signing up, I can send them a code, and that code will give them $5. I think it's $5 off their first box, and it also gives me $5 off my box. So
cool.
If you guys
Thomas,
are interested,
I am. Yeah, that is cool. Thomas, that is awesome that he is one of the supporters of that, and I'm not surprised.
Oh, and it also came with some root beer candies, but my kids already ate those. So
I need to pop some stickers out. The stickers that I have made actually had produced. I only have produced a couple, and I actually gave the majority of the ones that I had, because there's only a couple that I had of one types. I gave those to Eddie. And I need to actually make some more. Now that I've got my Cricut that I can actually do some more stuff, I need to make some and send them to Josh so Josh can send them out. And I need to do some AC show stickers as well.
that'd be sweet, man. That'd be sweet.
So
and then
we just got to come up.
Is you guys ever order something from Wish and it takes like 12 years to get to your house, and by the time you get it, you don't know what it is?
There was a fiasco a few years ago. Wish were selling like $8 printers, 3D printers.
Oh yeah, I bought one.
I bought two. One. Yeah, and I got obviously filament, a sample.
I didn't get any filament at all. I actually just refunded my money.
Yeah.
But so I ordered something off Wish, and it says that this shipped on May 18th is what it says. I don't know when I ordered it. I don't remember. And so I'm trying to figure out what on earth this is. So I'm going to open this up live, but I want people guessing down in the chat. What do you think I ordered off Wish? I'm sure it's 3D printing related somehow, because that's all I ever ordered. And I think that I have an idea of what this could be.
I think it's got to be for your printer we were just talking about.
What would it be for the printer?
Hot end for it, maybe.
A hot end or something.
A heated bed, a silicon panel, a silicon.
It's not out of the realm of possibility. All right, here we go. Ooh, I remember what this is now. So these.
Oh yes,
they're self-soldering heat shrink tubing. So you heat it up with a lighter, with a heat gun or something like that, and the shrink tubing shrinks down, but there's also a little ball of solder in the middle, so it solders the wires together and heat shrinks them together all in one step.
Yeah.
No,
Teresa. It's solderless me.
Oh yes, yeah.
They're great. Chuck uses them periodically. I think I saw it on Chuck's channel.
I've never seen it before. On Wish, and I was like, you know what? I hate soldering, and I always have to. I feel like I should solder my wires together and then heat shrink them, and I hate doing it. And I was like, man, that right there might just be exactly what I need.
They're great for end stops and stuff like that, but don't use them on anything with current.
Yeah, you know what would be really good for you? Solder wick, because it makes soldering 10 times easier and 10 times enjoyable.
What is solder wick?
Solder wick is a kind of a gel that you dip your wire in wherever you're going to be putting solder on, and then so it pre-treats it pretty much. So whenever you get your solder and you go to it, it actually wicks it to it. Am I saying solder wick? It's not solder. Flex. Well, I'm saying wick. Wick as the wick to pull it off, but flex. Solder flux.
Yeah, I think I need to get just a full-on soldering station and just actually practice with it. So Aaron and I both have ANET A8s, which are notorious fire hazards, right? Yep, it's up there.
Supposedly they are.
Well, I mean, what's the allegedly? Allegedly they're
allegedly they are. Anything can be a fire hazard.
It has this heated bed connection that it's like a cable that plugs into the back of the heated bed, and it's notorious for going bad and heating up and melting and things like that. So I actually took mine off and I actually soldered the wires directly to the bed. And man, you should have seen the Facebook groups picking on me with my solder job. It was a mess. They were like, "You didn't level the bed," and I was like, "Man, dang it."
Brian, did you go and work out?
My ANET A8 was my second printer. The first one was one of the Cocoons, which is the Wanhao i3 style, so the Duplicator Plus style. And once I got confident enough with that, the ANET A8, this is, I think, 3D Maker Noob was doing the videos back in the day. And I thought, and I saw one great video, which is plug all the parts into the board before you assemble it. Then control all the steppers via the board to make sure all the electronics are right before you bother building things. I thought, that's a good idea. Anyway, so I did that. I passed that step, and then I read it somewhere else. Oh, it takes an hour to peel off all the brown paper off the acrylic. I've gone, oh, bugger. So I started peeling. I'm 20 minutes in and I'm done. I'm going, what are these people talking about? I must just be awesome. And then I lifted up the polystyrene and there's another 2 layers of acrylic that I hadn't got to. So yes, it took an hour. Brian's saying 3.
I learned a tip for removing the plastic off the acrylic, the paper. You take a straight edge, like a ruler or a pair of scissors or the back edge of a knife or something, and you run it along the edge, because when it cuts, it actually curls in, and so it makes it impossible to grab the edge of the paper. But if you run a sharp-ish edge along it first, and it deburrs that little edge, and then the paper just comes right off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yes, leave it on. Some people have left it on.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people that leave it on.
So, funny story. my spool holder right here. You see that brown right there?
Yeah, that's the ANET A8 spool holder.
I was just like
little aluminium bar with red ends or whatever it was on it, because I don't have mine anymore.
Yeah, well, so they didn't even. It's a threaded rod. That's what was given to me. Is a threaded rod.
Okay.
Mine came with a threaded rod.
It could have been.
I modified it and with printing an end cap, but in the center part, because that doesn't work. That's not going to work for your filament.
Yeah.
What I did was I actually took some PVC pipe, and now the end caps actually fit into that, and it gets now 10 millimeters high maybe, but that way any size spool can fit on there.
Cool.
And
it's funny is
I'm not dealing with it setting on something the size of your finger and then like rocking back and forth. It does that.
That's like the number one first upgrade for an ANET A8 is the spool holder. That's like now your first 3D printer. Here is your first challenge: fix the stupid spool holder.
Yeah.
See you, Tom.
Have a good one, Tom.
Thomas, we'll see you later. Thanks for joining.
Sleep tight, man.
The joys of so my brother-in-law ended up with my ANET A8, uses it periodically. He sent me a photo recently. He'd moved house and whatever. The thing's just covered in dust because it was in the garage and not used. I think he's actually cleaning it up right now. I told him I did some of the mods before he got it, and I said you've got to do other mods like doing the thermal runaway, etc.
Now see, I did mine quite a bit without adding that thermal runaway with the the new system on it, because I didn't know how to do it, and that was just one thing I had to learn to do. And so I mean, I did do it eventually. My board's not working for it properly, so I got another board for it, and I did that, and it wasn't doing what it needs to do. But so that, I mean, my printer works on everything else. I just need to get the board squared up. But I think I'm going to convert it into a Core XY as well. So, I mean, I did not a lot of mods on it. The one thing I truly did upgrade on it was my print bed, because I was printing and I tried to do glass and stuff, and I was doing the blue painter's tape on it. My bed got bent after a while of doing all that because you're trying to get everything off. So my bed was bent. I actually purchased and won an Anycubic print bed. The
Ultra Base.
My brain said Ultra Base. Thank you. The Ultra Base. So it's got an Ultra Base on it, and actually right over here is another Ultra Base because I won one. So whenever I can get the Printar bot up and going, that's what's going to go on the Printar bot to get the Printar bot a bigger print volume.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of the Ultra Base surfaces which I stuck on the cocoons, so 220 by 220, whatever it is. So I just bought the glass, the plate, which is fantastic because of my experience with the i3 Mega, which again I still love. But I've also got a replacement entire board, which of course, if you flip it over, you can do 12 volts or 24 volts, and then stick it on whatever you like. Because I thought when the i3 Mega died, the board wasn't the bed wasn't heating. So I thought it was the bed. Anyway, the power connector is just melted on the board. But the rest of the machine works. So had I not got a replacement board, I was actually going to stick a laser on it because all the mechanics are there. And I could pull the voltage from the fan. So that was another plan. But now that I've got a board, I've just got to flash the firmware because it came from a Predator, apparently, this board. I've put a link in the chat. Anyone that wants to have a look at whether or not you think the board is new or not. It's an unlisted video because I didn't want it to be public. But anyway, any blind Freddy can see that it's not a new board. But yes, continue on with your Ultra Base board story because I love it. Someone hates it. TK hates it. Okay, cool.
So I mean, I can understand. I can understand why people wouldn't like it. But it's enjoyable for me. I mean, it is something you have to learn because I did the painter's tape. I was constantly squishing it into it, trying to make it stay. You don't want to do that with glass.
Oh, I've got patterns on Ultra Base. I've got patterns embedded directly in where I've just not done it right. Well,
on my ANET, there's a line down the center, just a little bit of a line. But that's like the most distinguished mark on it. But what's nice about it is I can let it cool down and then it pops off. I don't really have to put glue down or painter's tape, constantly putting painter's tape and replacing painter's tape and replace it. Because I tried not to do that, but there was $30 for me to get an Ultra Base, but then I won one as well. I was like, well, you know what? I'll put it on another one whenever I get a chance. And
for my ANET,
this one actually, sorry, this one, my Mbot also has an Ultra Base on it that came with it.
Okay.
Nice. For my ANET, I actually put I just go to my local glass shop that does like windows and stuff, and I say, hey, I need a piece of glass this size, and usually they cut it out of a scrap. And in the past, they've given it to me for free or $2 or $3 max. They just give it to me because it's just a piece of scrap. They just go through and just go cut. Here you go. And I use those all the time. I mean, they break every once in a while because they're thin and they don't hold up super well. But I mean, they'll last for a year or so before usually what'll happen is I'll get too impatient and I'll try and pull a print off before it's cooled down, and I'll actually take a chunk of the glass with the print and it'll be stuck to the bottom of the print.
That's been my fear, is to have that happen. Because we know that whenever you get the Ultra Base, you stick it onto it, it's taped down.
Oh yeah, and it's taped hard.
Yeah. Fortunately, this one's not taped, so I mean I can remove this if I want. Okay. But the other one has the tape for the ANET. But the nice thing is, whenever I switched to that, it was already wired up, so all I had to do was plug that in.
Yeah, good.
And it's got this really thick outer shell tubing for the wire as well, to kind of keep all the wires all gathered together.
A nice bundle, yeah.
So.
Yes. One of the things that I do enjoy about the Ultra Base style bases is when it hits 30 degrees or 32, whatever it is, that's when your print pops off. And I was trying to think of a mechanism of, rather than waiting for the bed to cool down precisely to zero and then me walking in and doing it, there is actually G-code, which normally when you set the G-code for the bed, it's temperature on the way up. And I didn't realize there was a temperature on the way down. So you can actually get it to do something, beep or whatever, press a button using a G-code command that says, I think it's -R or R 30 degrees, which means it only then has to heat up from 30 to whatever your optimum temperature is, rather than it going all the way down by the time you realize, the print's finished and it's ready to rock and roll. It's only useful if you've got multiple prints in a row. But that was another learning that the G-code actually has an attribute for cooling temperature effectively. So yeah.
There's also G-code where if you do it right, once it's done and you have it set there, once it reaches this temperature, sweep the bed and push the part
pop
off
it off. Exactly,
and start another one.
Yeah.
I would really love G-code for that. I would really love G-code for that, because that would make things so much simpler if I was doing a print farm of something. Like, say I've got, a bunch of these that I need to print, and I want them swept off after, they're done. So, yeah, you can get failures on it, but it's usually whenever you've got like one print going that people normally do it.
Yeah. What are we excited about the potential of Creality's belt printer?
This is news to me.
CR30, I think they call it.
CR30.
Oh, really? That's how big of a price tag is it going to be? Because I'm pretty sure it's still going to be out of my price range.
Unknown. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but Creality, if you're watching, because we're such a big show, we would love to feature you on here. And we would absolutely give you a review and
I'm sure JT will get one. I'm sure they've said one to JT.
I'm pretty sure Brian Vines has an in, given that he was recently on the Creality stream.
Yeah, sounds really cool.
I believe it.
Thierry, yes, 400 by 100 Infinity tool would be perfect. Yes, indeed. Look, Brian's saying, no, I know nothing of what you speak. He'll get one. He'll get one just because he's awesome. No, you don't have any pull, but
it's Brian, of course.
You've got your own channel, and I'm sure a loaner unit might come your way. That would be dandy.
I would love to try a loaner unit. I would love to try some printers out and give my opinion on it. But the only ones I get is if I get them from somebody or I buy them. And I've actually only bought 2 printers out of the 5 that I have.
Yeah, if Carl gets one, that'd be a really good test because of his White Knight build. You would.
That's what I was thinking. I was just like his White Knight, which I love it. Oh, that printer's so awesome. And then whenever he had it in that its own personal box where it just like raises up out of it.
It's gorgeous, man.
I was just like, oh man.
One of these days I want to be as cool as the people that I follow on Twitter and YouTube.
But yeah, the only 2 printers I bought is this one for about 120 and my Flash Forge for $60.
Nice. Was it broken when you got it?
No, they thought it was messed up a bit, but the only thing that's not on there is that little sensor that comes down for leveling the bed.
Oh, okay.
I manually level it.
Yeah, sure.
That's all my printers I've manually leveled. So I don't need no sensor.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of bed level sensors because I want my bed to actually be level, and what I would love is to have little motors that actually control the bed so that it truly levels the bed, and not
or should we say tram?
Yeah, tram, I guess is what we actually do. But I would love one that actually self-levels, actually moves screws to change the level of the bed instead of doing like a mesh bed level where it just adjusts for the warp in your bed to be able to print.
Have you seen a video of a 3-point automated bed leveling system? Because I have.
I've heard legends of such.
No, I saw it then, and they put it like on the demo. They put it like this initially, and it literally went and sensed, and then at the very end it went, and it was lovely. I'll try and find the tweet.
I bet.
Yeah, that would be awesome, honestly.
Trial level, yeah.
But yeah, no, that is pretty cool. Did you guys Well, I know Wellbot did. Wellbot got to see this because it's I can't even properly pronounce his name. Thierry. So Thierry commented, tagging Wellbot, saying Wellbot would be awesome at this. I'm pretty sure, and it was for a Wham Bam.
Oh, the poem.
The poems. Yeah. I actually entered in one. I actually did one, and I'll go to my notifications. And all right. So actually, Peter S from Wham Bam actually he liked it, and well, the Wham Bam systems liked it as well. So it says, "Here I sit all broken-hearted. I tried to remove my print from the glue on the bed, but I accidentally farted. all the Jedi's force couldn't remove it. Not even Hulk was a match for it. Thor took a crack at it. Thanos showed up and snapped my print away. Yay."
Yeah. We've all got too much time on our hands, clearly.
But
well,
yes,
Aaron,
marvelous, very good.
So
should we
come on.
Should we make an announcement?
Well, yes, just a second. I posted that down there, so you guys can read it if you want. So next week there's not going to be a show. The week after that there will not be a show, and the week after that there will not be a show. For all you guys watching out there, we're going to take a couple of weeks break, which is like 3 days technically for you guys, because that's only the time that we'll be on. But we're going to take a break from it. I've got a bunch of stuff I got to try to get done. I mean, I'm trying to fix stuff here and a bunch of other stuff, and Chris has got a bunch of stuff he's doing at home.
School's about to start in about a month. Yep. And with this miraculous, this great and terrible destruction that has come upon our planet is making some really difficult changes at school. So I've got a lot of work to do at the school as well to try and get ready for hopefully having students back sometime this year.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. We've all got stuff to do. That's why Ivan and I haven't been streaming. We're 3 months, I think, that we haven't streamed.
Yeah. I was sitting there the other day. I was just like, I can't remember if they've even put a show out.
Yeah, no. Spain was really bad for a while, and he's got a lot of stuff on the go, and he's juggling family and work and all that sort of stuff. So it'll still be a while. His access to his shop was the problem. Basically,
that would make it.
So
we'll see you later.
See you, mate.
Have a good one. Thanks for popping on.
Yeah, so totally understand. We've all got stuff to do.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, we've been going for about a year, maybe a little over a year now, for the AC show. So this is episode 40. Doing it, once a week. So not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we figured we'll take a break. I mean, the only time we took off was for Christmas, but we still had a Christmas show at one point before Christmas. So, but yeah, so we're gonna take 3 weeks off for us, but the first show will be the first Friday in August. So there you go. Put it in your calendars, everybody. So yeah, that's when we'll start streaming back up and like I've got my Mac. I got to get back up and running, and a bunch of stuff just kind of going on around here to get done and try to make and whatnot. So I will be actually putting out a couple of videos during that time. Like the Mac video will be one. I'm actually doing a second go at potatoes, because if you hadn't watched my potato video of harvesting, so they take about 3 months, and so I harvested my batch, and I'm going to start a fall batch. So I should be able to get some this fall.
Sweet.
Nice.
So I'm going to be doing kind of russet red potatoes, kind of, and I'm also going to try and shut up, Brian. Try to get some sweet potatoes to grow. I've been growing using one sweet potato and doing the chits, the little shoots that come off. They're called chits on a sweet potato. I've got some that are like a foot tall. So I pop them off at the base of the potato, and then I put them in the water, and I let them sprout roots. So I'm going to get all that kind of going, and hopefully get that. I'm hoping to get that started this weekend, so I can get my sweet potatoes and potatoes by October. So
right
around the beginning of October. So
well, I hate to be the that guy, but I got to get my
Debbie Downer.
It's getting the Debbie Downer.
No.
Yeah, call me Debbie.
Yeah,
call me Debbie. See what happens.
So
yeah, my
Debbie.
my kids there. Oh man, how dare you,
Mr. Debbie Science.
Mr. Debbie Science. So, but I gotta get going,
So-
because I gotta get my kids to bed. So
Yeah, I've got to.
all right,
I've got
so
to
thank
fly
you
too.
everybody for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. We will catch you in 3 weeks. Well, technically 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Yep.
So yeah. So we see you the first week, the first Friday in August. So take care. Happy making. Stay safe, and we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
guys.
Thank you.